So this doesn't need that. And this is what we need to create as well, this AuthNavigator. And let's just import it. It's not there yet, but we're going to create it. So this switch navigator is basically just having, like I said, there's no back button, there's no features to it. It's just we're checking whether the user is logged in or not. If they're logged in, then we're going to go to this tab navigator, which is just our home screen with all the tabs at the bottom. If they're not logged in, then we're going to create another navigator, which you could just put in login screen if we really wanted to, but we're going to have more than one screen. So we want to create another navigator that we're going to pass into this so we could switch between the login screen and the sign up screen. So if someone's doesn't have an account yet, we want them to be able to sign up. We don't want to just have them all on one screen. So we're going to create another navigator to differentiate those two. And let's rename this the switch navigator. So we're actually going to copy and paste this again. And we're going to create another file called AuthNavigator. And then in here, we're going to create the login and sign up. So we're not going to do a switch navigator here, we're going to do a stack navigator. So I know this is a lot of navigator talk, might be a little confusing, but remember the tab navigator we already have. This is just the tab feature. The switch navigator is just, it's basically meant for authentication. If someone logs in, you don't want to be able to have to go back. If you're on the home page, you don't want to go back to the login page. You want that home page to be it. So that allows you to switch between switch navigator, switch. And then stack navigator gives you that functionality of going back to a different page and having that transition. So for example, we go to the Sell That app and we go to messages, you can see that transition back and forth. And then stack navigator also gives us the ability to customize our top tab navigator. So this up here, this little camera icon, this little send icon, that's configured in a stack navigator. And the stack navigator is where we get this transition, which just looks a little bit more professional. And so that's what we're going to add with this next stack navigator. Actually, I can show you exactly what we're doing. So right now we're on the login page and we have sign up and you have that transition, but we're able to go back to login. So you want to be able to switch between these pages, and that's the navigator we're going to create right now. Let's go back to our project. So switch navigator is good to go, and now we need to configure AuthNavigator. So here we're going to import our login from /screens/login.js. And sign up. Log in. And we're going to do create stack navigator, and we're going to name this to stack navigator. Now, what are the chances this works on the first try? Slim to none. So we're going to remove these icons, we don't need them anymore. We're not using them here either. I like to just remove a lot of things we're not using so it's pretty clear what this file is doing. So the app is still working, that's a good thing, but we don't have the screen, the login screen showing yet. And the way we have to do that is in this stack navigator, we have the option to create an initial route. And I believe so now I have to look at some other code. Oh, initial route name. That was close. Okay, so we created our initial route name, but we still have to change out. So when we have our app.js, this is the first file that's being loaded, and it still only sees the tab navigator. So we're not even loading in any other navigator yet, but we want to switch that to switch navigator, and then this to switch navigator. So we're importing it, and let's see, what do we have wrong? Oh, it goes one level deeper, so that is the outermost. Okay, so this actually goes one more level deeper, and then that goes right there. We have our initial route of login, and you can see that if we change this initial route to home, it'll go to home. So this is what it'll allow us to go from home to login screen without the ability to go back and forth, because you don't want to be able to go back and forth unless you're, like I said, unless you're signing out. So right now we just have born on login screen, and in the next couple episodes we're going to actually add some text fields to this so that someone can put in their email and password to log in, and then also add some more fields to the sign up screen so that if you don't have an account, we can create an account and then eventually hook that up with Firebase and Firebase authentication. So I hope you join me for the next couple episodes. See ya.